TradFest is a celebration of traditional and folk music. We run TradFest in Temple Bar primarily. We set it up about 15 years ago, and that was to bring people into the city because there was nothing happening in January.
So my name is Sárán Mulligan, and I'm from Dundalk, County Louth, concertina player, and I'm playing today at TradFest. I'm from a musical family, I suppose, so I would have been playing music from a young age, and there would have been music in the house the whole time. The brothers and sisters would be playing, and all the cousins.
My name is Martin Hart, and I'm CEO of the Temple Bar Company, and I'm Festival Director of TradFest Temple Bar. It's set off in a very small way, and it's now become something much bigger, and we bring visitors from all over the world, from Australia, from America, from Canada, and they're all here to hear trad and folk music. So I suppose while it started off as a means of bringing people in, we're now using it as a means to showcase our music, to export musicians.
I think the future for Irish music is very, very bright. It has been for a long time now. There's been a real push, and I suppose festivals like Temple Bar TradFest and other festivals around the country only serve to push that on, I suppose.
I have a great interest in traditional music, always have had, and I was at Dublin Castle last night at the show at 8 o'clock. Fiach No Brain was doing it, and it was broadcast live, so you got a sample of a lot of the events that are going to be on in the Trad Festival, so it was a nice way to get a taste of different types of music as well.
Well, I suppose City Hall is a fantastic venue, really historical building, and I was here not so long ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, at TradFest at another concert as a listener, and it was, I just thought at that stage, wow. So it's a great honour and privilege to be here.
I didn't know now that it would be mic'd up because the acoustics are so good anyway, but it's such a privilege to play in here. I played 3 years ago as part of a big group. It wasn't like a solo thing, and it's just, the sound's amazing, it's very scenic, it's lovely.
It's just a spectacular building, and it's a building that Dubliners maybe aren't that comfortable with coming into. So we want to say, look, City Hall is open. It's open all year round. You can come in and enjoy the splendour, and then for one magical week in January you can enjoy fabulous music here.
I know Sárán, he's a personal friend, but I played the concertina myself, and that was like a masterclass. He's just one of a kind, very good.
Well, the concertina is such a small instrument, and I just described it there to a friend of mine. I just said, you think it was an orchestra playing. He's just such a genius on the concertina that he can make it sound as if it's an orchestra, and it's probably one of the smallest instruments that are available.
I thought Sárán himself was amazing. It's great to see someone like that so passionate and so clued in with what he's doing. He knows his instrument inside out, so it's amazing to see.
There was a lot of people here that I actually know, which was lovely as well. So it's always great to perform for people you know as well as people you might know. But yeah, no, it was a great feeling, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'd be very biased now because I'm his dad, but he's a super player. There's nobody plays concertina like him. He's done it all himself. He's into sound from very first day as a child. He was the only child I had that actually stopped crying when I started to play the pipes.
We start TradFest next week for next year. So this is the last week. This isn't the first week of TradFest. this is the last week of TradFest. This is the week it happens. It takes 51 weeks planning to make it happen. So there's, in terms of what's involved, we have about 200 events. We probably have about 100 staff or 100 crew, probably 1,000 performers, thousands of meals, hundreds of hotel rooms. There's a lot that goes into it because there are 200 events over 5 days, so that's nearly 40 events a day happening, concerts, recitals, so there's a huge amount of work. So it takes an entire year to pull off 4 days.